Tips for laying foundation for your business. I'm going to go through this real quick, so I need you to stay with me while I'm going through this. And at the end of this video, I would have a PDF of everything that I'll be talking about in this video. Recently, I did a video on guides on how to write a good business plan. If you haven't seen the video, I'll have it somewhere at the top of this video, so you could go check this video and you understand how to write a business plan. But the thing is, you now know how to write a business plan, but you're about to dive into the business itself. It's two different things. Sometimes you plan something, and when you're about to execute, things change along the way. So this is actually going to be focused on how you handle those things that come along the way, and that is why it's the tips for laying the foundation for your business. And at the end of this video, you will have 7 tips that you can take away with you. But if you stay till the very end, I also have 2 bonus tips that would help you when you're laying the foundation for your business. My name is Dapo Ibrahim, and I'm your coach when it comes to leadership, communication, and networking, and how we apply those 3 key skills in our daily business, entrepreneurial activities, and every other aspect of our lives, which includes profession, academics, and relationship. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. It's nice having you hang out with us on today's video. If you're new, please make sure you click the subscribe button, like this video, share this video for all of your friends to see, because you will be helping this channel a great deal. Another way for you to support this channel is by buying. There's a link down there to my online store. You can buy any of this t-shirt, the merch Ignite Africa t-shirt. We have the Ignite Africa mug as well. It's a Christmas season, so you could buy a lot of things for yourself, and make sure you use the discount code DAPSY20 so that you can get 20% off every of your purchase on the online store. And also, another thing is, the profit generated from this t-shirt goes into helping kids and women and men in developing countries, because Ignite Africa is a non-profit organization that focuses on providing internally displaced people, providing them with support that will help them become better and beneficial, and also help them get integrated back into the African or the developing country society. That being said, let's just go straight into the business, because like I said, I have 7 tips for you guys, and without any further ado, I'll just go right into it. The very first tip that I have here is explore your ideas, because like I said, we laying the foundation for your business. You want to make sure that you have your ideas well put together, you have your thoughts well articulated, and you want to explore them in terms of going out there and providing those services to customers and getting customer feedback and using them to improve your business, to improve your services, and propel yourself into better places, into higher future. What's more important is understanding where you are at in terms of your idea. Okay, if you are in early stage, still exploring and testing concept, then your priorities should be towards getting feedback from paying customers, or at least potential customers, and understanding how they feel about the service that you are providing them, or the product and services that you are providing them. So at this stage, you want to make sure you are exploring the ideas of your business and using it to gather feedback that you can use to make further forecast on further business projection or further better services for your customer. The second thing is understanding the marketplace. You are going into the market. You want to make sure you have a clear understanding of what the market entails. If you have an idea, you want to find out if the idea has already been tested before, or it's already been, executed before. If not, why is it that it hasn't been, executed before? What's missing? You want to look into the market. You want to analyze the market. You want to understand the customers, the demographic, what's going on. Is this the right timing for this idea? Is this the wrong timing? Is this the right idea during the wrong timing? So you want to look into so many things. It's important to take the time to understand the marketplace and get a clear picture of what's important to the customer. There is a tendency to assume that because no one is doing it, it's a great idea. Well, maybe there is a reason why no one has been doing it. If anything, entrepreneurs, you should understand that your biggest role is to find out what the challenges are. If there aren't any challenge, then you probably haven't done enough homework. The most opportune ideas are going to have challenges. So you want to explore the market. You want to explore those ideas. You want to look into the market, and you want to have your ideas being tested, being challenged. And if no one is challenging your ideas, then you should go ahead and challenge your own ideas, because that is how you bring out the best in your business. The third tip that I have today is developing a niche. Developing a niche means you finding ways to focus your product, your goods, your services, your business. You focus on the right market. You have the right product and you have the right market. So you don't have your business all over the place. You have it all together and you are supplying a focused market. And this comes as a product of, marketing research, marketing analysis, understanding your market. Okay, there must be a focus on what you're selling and who you're selling it to. The niche is always going to drive the focus, and the more niche, the better. You can go the other way where it's so focused that it doesn't make sense, but generally, entrepreneurs are better to go more niche. And sometimes entrepreneurs will have to seek experience if they have no prior understanding of the field, for example. So you have to seek experience. If you don't have any prior understanding of the field, you have to go take classes. If need be, you have to go, take certificate courses. You have to learn from people. Sometimes you might have to bring in a staff and learn from the staff. Sometimes you might have to hire corporate bodies to train you or to train your staff. So you need to focus and you need to understand and you need to strengthen yourself so that you can handle like a focused aspect of the market. And that way you are developing your own niche, your own brand of what it is that you're doing. Entrepreneurs need to take care of your foundation first. You need to build a very strong foundation. It can be the most difficult thing to do, but if you can get this right at the beginning, then you are in for the long run. You're not playing the short run game. You are in there for the long run. And the more you understand these tips, the better you become at, moving long run, competing, going for the end instead of you just playing for the short run gains. The next tip is figure out timing. You need to figure out your time. You need to know the timing of your business. You need to understand the context of where your life is as a person, or the context of where your business is, because sometimes you might have the great idea, the best ideas, but it might be the wrong timing. Okay, so you want to make sure you figure out the timing. Is this the right timing to bring this product out? You might have the best summer product, for example, and we're in winter. You can't sell the summer products in the winter. No one is going to buy it. So you need to understand the timing of your business. You need to know, is this the right timing to put this out there? Because if you don't know how to study things like that, you won't succeed as a business person. I've worked for retail companies. I've worked in retail companies for over 7 years, and there is always a time to bring each market's product out. The moment we're doing, at the beginning we have like winter products at the beginning of the year, for example. As the year's ending, we're bringing out the next thing, Easter product. After that, we're bringing out, the back to school. After the back to school, we're bringing out the winter product, or we have the summer product. Like, you need to know when you have to bring all those things, and these things fall on timing. It's because the company has been in existence for decades, and now they understand the rudimentary of the timing of the business. And if you are going into business, you need to also understand your business. Now, you might not have access to this information because your business is still new, but you want to look into other business or enterprise that's into, that are into what you do, and study the trends. Look at what they do. You can even go undercover. You can go in there as a customer and, scout for information, or you could find someone that works there and just ask them. You could just go in there and ask them, because people are always willing to help you if you ask, because I believe so much in, asking people. And if you just go in and ask, they just give you the information. The fifth tip that I have is learn about regulations. You need to learn the regulations that guide the business that you're about to go into. Because if you do not learn the regulations, it becomes very, very crazy in the long run. For example, if you're going into a business that involves children, maybe you want to start up a daycare, you need to understand that there are rules and regulations involved with daycare, with children. If you are, for example, doing a business during the COVID, you need to understand that there are some COVID regulations, because there will be some time, maybe like inspection, and if you're not following the regulation, maybe like provided by the state or by the building or whatever, you could get fined, or you could even get a lawsuit. So you want to understand the regulations and follow through. So for example, I use a film production example a lot because that's what I do. As a filmmaker, it's now like kind of mandatory to have a safety officer on set because of COVID-19. All right. So because of COVID-19, we always have a safety officer on set. Now, the job of the safety officer is to identify all the rules guiding the film production set, and make sure he or she reads out all the rules and regulations to every cast and crew members, and also ensures that those rules are being enforced. So if the new rule is the COVID rule, for example, my last safety officer had to ensure that everyone on set is wearing their face mask. We had hand sanitizer, we had alcohol, we had everything on set, just to make sure that we are following the COVID guideline and the COVID rule. Even though the shoot was even indoor, but we still follow those rules, because if anything happens, if anything happens, for example, we know that we are following the rules. Okay, so you want to make sure that you learn about the regulations. You need to understand that each industry has its own stipulations and regulations. For example, if you're going into childcare, that's riddled with regulations and forms. Some industries are less regulated, but you still need to understand what those regulations are. So for instance, if you were to open a retail store, you have to consider zoning, bylaws, maybe. Okay, so you want to make sure you understand the rules and regulations guiding the business that you are venturing into, and you want to learn all those things at the very foundational, period of your business. Okay, the next tip is to always be prepared to fine-tune. Always be prepared to fine-tune. This has to do with you constantly testing out your ideas, because the market is always changing. People are always changing. The government is changing. Administration policies are changing. Tax policies keeps changing. So you have to be adjustable and adaptable as all those things are changing. Okay? As all those things, as they keep changing. So you want to make sure that you keep testing and retesting. Entrepreneurs, you need to understand that you have to keep fine-tuning your ideas. There's a saying that the devil is always in the details, and you have to keep testing and retesting and know that what you start with is not what you will end up with. Because like I said, everything is changing. So you have to always change with all those things. So you have to stay flexible in your thoughts, stay flexible in your execution, stay flexible in so many things that you put out there. The 7th tip is always learn the basics. Okay, always learn the basics. As an entrepreneur, you need to always understand that as an entrepreneur, especially if you're a beginner entrepreneur or a beginner business person, you wear many hats. You do so many things. You function in so many departments. You are the manager, you are the staff. So you got to manage yourself. You got to practice your personal leadership and push yourself. You got to be accountable to yourself. You basically have to do everything from the product, service to finance until you now start getting to a point where you can start bringing people in. And this has to be like people that you trust, that can handle the business as much as you are willing to handle the business. You need to also understand that you can't outsource much at that point. So at that point, you basically are doing things by yourself, and you have to hold yourself accountable until you start getting to the point where you can start outsourcing. You need to understand like the industry. You need to understand who's the supplier. You need to understand who's the biggest producer. You need to know all those things, all the basic things that makes your industrial world function, because at that point, at the foundation point, you are the key person. And as the company grows and you bring people in, people still expect you to know everything about the industry, because they will always ask you for questions. As an entrepreneur, you're going to be wearing many hats when you're starting out. You have to understand that you can't outsource. You have to have a solid understanding of all the areas of your business, from sales to finance to back-end operations. So while you may not be good at finance, you can't outsource at first. You may eventually hire someone, but there's no one else in the beginning except you. And you have to be enough for the business. You have to be able to deliver. You have to be able to handle everything that happens in your business. Entrepreneurs have to do all the work in the beginning, so they feel they're at a stage where they are confident and their product is ready and their foundation is ready. Then they can begin to, the next step of launching a business. They can get to the next step of launching a business. That's after you know that you're strong enough and you're strengthened enough business-wise to do what you're supposed to do. And at the beginning of this video, I told you after the 7 tips that I will give you 2 bonus tips, and these are the 2 bonus tips. And first, I want to commend you for staying this long, because not everyone is going to stay this long, and you are special. And most of the things that I talk about, I guarantee it that 99% of those watching this video will not even do it. But if you are those 1%, make sure you take it serious. Make sure you take action. Make sure you don't just listen to this. Make sure you're pumped up and get things done. That being said, the very first bonus tip that I have for you is to cut the fat. Especially if you're just starting out. Even though you need all the help in the world, you need to understand those people that add the fat. When I say cut the fat, I don't mean the fat at the back of my head, or maybe the fat on my belly, or the fat on your waist, or whatever. I'm talking about people that are around you and are just sucking you. They're not really the same things, but they're not really doing things. Okay? So you want to reduce those people. I believe in discipline. If you have Three people, just three people that are highly disciplined and highly committed to a goal, they are more effective than having 30 people that are not disciplined and not committed. So you want to find those people that are highly disciplined and committed and bring them into your business and begin to scale up with these people. Begin to teach them about leadership. Begin to teach them about vision. Begin to teach them how to communicate your business around. You want to make sure you cut the fat. People that are not, beneficial. And these people might be the most closest people in your family. It might be your girlfriend, it might be your mom, it might be your sister, it might be your brother, whatever. And I'm not saying you should hate them. I'm just saying when it comes to business, you just know their limits in your business. Okay? You know their limits. And when it comes to business, you make sure that they also know their limits. All right. So when people are not really investing, you want to make sure that there is like a limit to how much they have, how much effect they can have on your business. So you want to keep those who are investing in your circle, because those are the people that you want to scale up with in the long run. So you need to always understand those that come into your business, those that will be in your business in the long run. You need to understand those that will be in your business in the short run. You need to know those who are serious about it, and you need to be able to communicate your business vision with them, the benefits, the dividends, whatever it is. You need to be able to communicate it, and you need to make sure they also can communicate it with more people, because that is the point of networking. You want to make sure you're expanding the outreach of the business, product, or service that you offer. The second bonus tip that I have here is get emotional. And I think I've said this before in one of my early videos, but you have to get highly emotional about your business. If you want your business to grow, you need to treat it like your best friend, like your girlfriend, like your lover, like your boyfriend, whatever. You need to get extremely passionate about your dream, about your business, about your goal, about your vision, because no one else will get like that. No one else will want you to succeed more than you do. All right? No one else will want your business to succeed more than you do, because it's your business. In my country, they used to say things like ogata ogata wala rakbi, which means if you have people working for you, whether your business makes profit or not, you still have to pay those people, because they don't care. They're just there to get their own bread. So you need to care about the business, and you need to make sure you have people that you can get people to care about your business. Now, when I say get emotional, I mean when you're doing things, get emotional. But when you're about to make business decisions, you need to stay rational. Okay, this is where you stick with statistics over opinions. This is where you stick with facts over feelings. Okay, this is where you stick with numbers and not just hearsay and dare say and he say, she say, they say. You want to make sure you use your head, all right, and not your feeling. You use your head when you're making business, financial decision. Those are the two tips. If you like this video, make sure you click the like button. Make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell button, because if you can smash the bell button, whenever I release a video, you will be the first person to get that notification. All right? And also share this video for all of your friends. Make sure everyone sees this. That way everyone can start growing in their business ventures, in their endeavors. Until next time, I will be seeing you again in my next video. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Take care. Bye bye.